Hello and welcome back to Hop to the Top. Hope you're all doing well today and you're looking forward to a double-header against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final, the furthest we've ever got in the Champions League. After last episode, we beat PSG 2-0, or 2-1, on aggregate after a 0-0 draw with them in the second leg. Now, before I forget about it, once again, we need to go through what's happened with other teams in Europe. Because I mentioned it last episode and completely forgot to show you what happened with other European teams, or other Swiss teams in Europe, I should say. So if we go back to the Europa League first knockout round, both Basel and Young Boys had qualified for it, and they got drawn against each other, which was a little bit unfortunate, because if they didn't get drawn against each other, I would have backed them both to go through. Instead, only one could go through, and this time it was Basel winning 1-0. So congratulations to Basel there. Unfortunately, they get knocked out in the second knockout round by Napoli 2-1 on aggregate. So that's the end of all Swiss clubs in the Europa League. But there is some good news in the Europa Conference League, because as you can see in the quarter-final, it's Lausanne versus Lazio right now, which is going to be very exciting. To be fair, looking actually at the teams left in the Europa Conference League, if you had to put your money on any one of them winning it, you'd probably put your money on Lazio, maybe Wolves, but I'd probably put my money on Lazio, so Lausanne have probably got a very tough tie there. For us, we only had the one game in between episodes, and it was a 1-0 win over Basel. Randy Schneider scored very late on after Felipe Cruz was sent off, but they also had a man sent off as well, so back to 10 men very quickly for both sides. Schneider, though, took the victory for us by scoring a goal very late on, so good stuff there. He is going to be starting today in the middle of midfield there alongside Pedro, which is good stuff. I think this team should do it. You know, it's a very similar team to what we did against PSG. It worked very well there. So hopefully it'll work against Bayern Munich today. Kalas is in goal with the backline of Guardado, Ross McQuaid, Sterigu and Cruz, because Haldini Bunce is, of course, suspended, which isn't great. Billy Schmidt's also injured again. He keeps picking up little knocks which keep him out of these big games, which is why Capitano is starting on the right wing. Obviously, I've already talked about midfield. Nunes and Alvarado joined Capitano in that attacking midfield. But of course, Bottles, with 39 goals in all competitions this season now, starts up front. Can he get to 50 goals in all competitions this season? I'm going to back him to do it, even though he's not played very well at all in his past 5 games. A 6.68 in his past 5 ratings is terrible. Alvarado's played terrible all season, actually, when you look at his average ratings. Perhaps he was a bit of a mistake, although we did get him very cheap, so it's not that big of a deal. But if he doesn't improve, we might have to get someone else in over summer on that left wing position. So then, kickoff is upon us here today. It's exciting, all right? We've never been this far in the Champions League before. This Bayern Munich side are playing a very narrow formation, which is interesting. It works quite well for us because we've got quite a lot of players in the middle of the pitch. So that works quite nicely to counter them. 20 minutes into the game, only 2 shots of Bayern Munich, none for us, which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, obviously quite a cagey game, I should say, perhaps, as Bayern Munich come forward. I should say as well, if you forgot from last episode, we've played them twice before in a group stage a good few seasons ago now. We drew 0-0 with them once and we lost 3-2 to them once. So we have got a bit of pedigree against Bayern Munich, and that was a few seasons ago with a weaker side. So hopefully today we might be able to match them. By looks of things, they do have a bit of a aging side. They've got Kimmich still, they've got Pavard playing for them still. They had a few other players up front who are probably getting a little bit old now. So perhaps like PSG, they're playing some old players that perhaps isn't quite the best as, Alvarado's header or shot, whatever it was, cleared off the line there, then finally got away by some defenders. That was very close there. Fati, he's a player that's probably getting on a little bit now in game and things like that. His shot saved by Kalas. But that was a great chance for us, and Alvarado coming ever so close to scoring the opening goal of today's game. We do approach half-time, though, 0-0 as it stands right now, which is good going. Capitano's picked up a knock, which we should be monitoring, but we've actually been the side on top. I mean, it's very even. I'm saying that because I'm basing that on possession, but very even. We are perhaps slightly on top in today's game, which is good to see. Come on then, boys. Let's keep going out there. I think we can do it. I really think we could do it today. If we can just get a 1-0 win at home, that gives us an awful lot of confidence. If we can avoid giving away an away goal, that would be even better, as Kimmich gets the ball up to Goretzka. Wolf on the ball back to Pavard. Pavard tackled by Bottles, though. Bottles to make it 40 goals for the season, and 1-0 on the night. Puts it past the Bayern Munich goalkeeper there. And I tell you what, I am staggered as to how well we are playing in the knockout stages, because we weren't very good in the group stages, really. I feel like we really step our game up against big teams. Like, we thrashed Man City in the Super Cup. We did very well in both legs against PSG. We are outplaying Bayern Munich right now. And yet in the group stages, we really struggled against teams like Rangers and Fenerbahce and Schalke. Like, Not quite sure why. I guess we had a bit of a busy calendar around them with other games going on. It's a bit of a weird one, but with 15 minutes to go, Bottles on the attack, tackled by Pavard. He does retain possession, though, out to Alvarado, who took 3 players out of the game there with that pass, and Schneider puts it just wide of the mark. Now, we've got a week off. We don't have any games in between the next game, obviously, so we can sort of afford to not make substitutes because they've got a week to recover and things like that. And I don't really want to make substitutes because I feel like changing things too much in these situations can have a bad effect on the players. Whereas Bayern Munich have to change things up because they've got a big game coming up midweek. Midweek, at the weekend. This is midweek, isn't it? They've got a big game coming up against Hoffenheim. So they've got to play another game before they play us again. So they'll be tired as well. So I think if we win this, we've got a great chance of qualifying for the semi-finals. Bottles puts that just wide of the post. I think we might have to take Capitano off the pitch because he is injured out there. I don't want to risk him too much. The only player we can we'll put Alvarado on that right-hand side and we'll bring Tim Wright on the left-hand side. We'll see how that one goes. But that's the one change we'll make there. As it looked like apparently we nearly scored a goal then, which if we'd done that, that would have been game, set and match. 10 minutes to go though, and Felipe Cruz on the ball, playing it back out towards Sterigu, up towards Alvarado. Come on, lads. I believe in you. Alvarado out towards Tim Wright in plenty of space. Tim Wright up towards Bottles. That was almost a perfect ball as Bayern Munich on the counter-attack now. Shoot, Kalas makes a very good save. He is a quality goalkeeper. A few of you in the comment section have said you need to get a better goalkeeper, but quite frankly, I just don't think we need a better goalkeeper. Let alone, is there a better goalkeeper? I think he's absolutely class. He's fantastic. And what a result. We've ended up beating Bayern Munich 1-0. No away goals to Bayern Munich as well. That's a result and a half, that is. That is a result and a half. Now, we've got a week off before we play Bayern Munich again. But, as I said, unless their schedule has changed, it hasn't, they've got to play Hoffenheim. Now, the Bundesliga, they are top of it by only 2 points. All right, so it's a must-win game for them, really. If they want to stay top of the table, it's a must-win game for them. Capitano's out for 1 to 3 days, which is absolutely fine. This is brilliant. I love it. So we'll take a nice relaxed week off pretty much before the next Bayern Munich game, whereas Bayern Munich have got a lot of panicking to do. A lot of panicking to do, I think. Not quite sure why we don't have a game this weekend, because I feel like, other teams do, so I don't know why we don't have a game this weekend, unless it's just like a rule in Switzerland. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm happy with it. Whilst we're at it actually as well, let's see how Lausanne got on against Lazio. Ooh. Okay. Well, I think Lausanne are out of the Europa Conference League after that 7-0 loss in the first leg. Fair play. Unlucky Lausanne. Unlucky. The question is now, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself, but what would happen if we actually won the Champions League this season? Because obviously we're in Season 8 right now, and we said we'd stop the season at the end of Season 10, because that seems like I said I wanted to achieve some goals in 10 seasons, and we've done pretty much most of them. It's kind of getting a bit boring for you guys, I know now, sort of thing. So if we end up winning the Champions League this season, do we just finish the series early? Is that what we do? Because that kind of scuppers things for what I want to do afterwards, because I was relying on the winter break being out to then do the save with Inter Miami, because I can't be asked to do all the transfers myself. I'd rather have the updated database there with all their new transfers ready for the new season. That makes a lot more sense to me. But let me know in the comment section. I think we do another season at least, and we do the Club World Cup, because I'm not sure if that's still a thing anymore, actually, the Club World Cup. It might be a little bit different. We'll work it out, but let me know what you want to do if we won the Champions League this season. But saying that, I feel like I've jinxed it now by saying that. So, I don't know. Right, the lineup. I don't think we change it, if I'm honest with you. I think we keep it the exact same. I'd swap Capitano with Billy Schmidt, who was fit, because Capitano is a little bit injured, but Billy Schmidt did even worse. So we leave Capitano on the pitch. I think that's it. I think we just have to go for that. Submit the team. Come on then, boys. Let's make some history. So then, kickoff is upon us here today at the Stadion Munich, apparently. I'm sure it's called the Allianz Arena in real life. I'm sure for sponsorship reason it's called something else than Football Manager, which is kind of makes sense a little bit, I suppose. But, come on then, boys. Come on. We've got 90 minutes to hold on, and we'll be in the semi-finals of a Champions League, which is pretty mental, if you ask me. Although, saying that, Bayern Munich have scored in the 3rd minute of the game. All right, and this guy's got his 28th goal of the season. Is he worth scouting? Not for £71 million. We're not paying that much money for him, unfortunately. Okay, well, it's a level playing field again. All right, very quickly a level playing field again, and we've got to do something drastic like score a couple goals now. So Pedro on the ball, already on a yellow card. You love to see it. Cutting inside, putting the ball across, but doesn't really reach his intended target at all. And now their guy with 28 goals is tackled by Ross McQuaid. Huge tackle that is from Ross McQuaid, I've got to say. Alvarado loses possession very easily there. Alvarado could have been a bit of a mistake, I've got to say. I mean, for £6 million and for what he looked like at the time, I thought that was fantastic as a replacement for Bernard, who was leaving for £25 million and hadn't quite promised to be a player that I thought he was going to be. But I think actually he performed better than Alvarado, so I feel like I've made a bit of a mistake there. I don't know what you guys think, but I think I've made a mistake there, and he's a player that potentially we should be replacing as Bayern Munich coming forward, saved by Kalas. The highlight is actually continuing, though, and it's Randy Schneider making his way forward, tackled, and Bayern Munich, are they going to look to launch another attack up the pitch? They are. And Kalas makes another save. From what we've seen in the opening 13 minutes of the game, I do think we're going to be in the firing line today. Most definitely. The highlights for them are just coming thick and fast, and that one has gone in the back of a net. Pavard puts it in the back of a net, and all of a sudden, all that talk about me saying, what if we win a Champions League this season has come back to bite me as we're now 2-0 down. You hate to see it. Now, of course, we can get a goal, have an away goal, and we could go through 2-2 because we have the away goal win, obviously. But something tells me that Bayern Munich are going to be at it all game pretty much, and I'm not going to like it at all. As Goretzka into Gedson, Kalas makes a save. Come on then, boys. We just need an away goal. That's all we need to get. The away goal, and then we'll be sorted. Sorted as Bottles has been put forward. Bottles, that's the best chance we've had all game. More like that, please. Unfortunately, we're not seeing anything more like that. As we approach 40 minutes on the clock, Felipe Cruz is swinging a corner. Alvarado can't get on the end of it. And that was a terrible back pass. And Bottles has got that incredible away goal. What on earth happened there? Let's dissect this on the replay when it comes up. I'm not quite sure what just happened. So Felipe Cruz swung that one in. It goes out to their player, who decides to pass it backwards into a crowd of Grasshopper players. That was weird decision making, but I'm not going to criticise it too much because it means that we are back in control of the tie as it stands. Because as it stands, we will go through to the semi-finals on away goals and play Atletico Madrid as it stands, which is interesting. So, all to play for in this second half. Lads, come on. Guardado on the ball, out to Pedro. Pedro to put a cross into the middle, cleared. And we've not dealt with that properly. Oh, we've really not dealt with that properly. Kalas saves us again. Man of the match, isn't he? He's conceded 2 goals, but he's already our man of the match, I've got to say. Superb from him as the corner comes in all the way through. Surely nothing comes of that. Pedro on the ball then, playing it out towards Alvarado. Back to Guardado. Come on, in the middle. Let's just get it in the middle. Not mess around, Pedro. There we go. Back to Schneider. Out to Felipe Cruz. Good ball, that, in a lot of space. Can he get the ball forward to his winger? He can't. He loses it. And now Bayern Munich coming forward again in numbers. Fati is through. And now Bayern Munich are back in control of the tie. It's okay, though. We've got 40 minutes to go in this second half. 40 minutes to go to get something out of this game. Get creative out there, lads. Come on. Get creative. We've had enough chances and shots. You know, it's not like we're down and out of this game. We are very much in it. So we just need to keep doing what we're doing, all right? Sterigu coming forward on the ball. Oh, that was... Oh, thankfully they've put that one wide somehow. But that was not nice to watch at all. Come on, lads. Come on. Let's go very attacking right now. The thing is, I don't think there's anyone we can really bring on the pitch to actually change anything massively. Nunes hasn't played massively well. So Alex Smith, come on, show me what you can do out there. Xavi Simons can come on for Randy Schneider as well, just because he's got on a yellow card. Come on, we can do it. We are good enough to do it. We just need one more goal. That's all we need. And to stop Kimmich getting forward, that's offside. That is 100% offside. Thank you. Thank you. It's going to VAR. The assistant referee's not moved. It's been cancelled out. You love to see it. Come on, show some passion out there, lads. Please show some passion out there for me. Just, come on, Felipe Cruz. Great ball to Alvarado. Alvarado came very close there. Should have done better with it. Well, there's not really anything else I can do right now. Not really anything else I can do. Apart from putting Sterigu up front. Ross McQuaid, hold the fort. Jordan Platt, come on. I believe in you. Pressing forward on attack. This is what we've got left to do. Can we please just push forward? Come on. Oh, there's a highlight. There's a highlight. You hate to see it. And Kimmich on the ball. In the middle, McQuaid clears. Goretzka back to Kimmich. Fati, Kalas on the line, makes a good save. I feel like that was what the highlight was for. That's definitely what the highlight's for. We're not counter-attacking off that, I don't think. Unless we can get it clear from this resulting corner. Unfortunately, we are going to be losing 3... We're losing 4-2 on aggregate to Bayern Munich. But we had to go all out at the end to try and score a goal to get that crucial final away goal. Unfortunately, it's backfired a little bit because they've scored, but, you know, we had nothing to lose at that stage, did we, I suppose. We had to do it. Concede another one, it didn't really matter. There we go. Bayern beat us 4-1 on the night. I don't really think that's reflective of how well we played. Either way, I'm very proud of us for reaching the quarterfinal. I think that is absolutely fantastic. What a team effort this season. The best news about that is we've been given £9 million for our appearance in the quarterfinals. We've now got £46 million in the bank, which is very good as well. Chelsea apparently want Bottles for £22 million. Well, you can't have him for £22 million because that's far too little. But what it does mean is we are coming very close to the end of the season now. Now, obviously, we have pretty much guaranteed ourselves winning the title. I can't really see us not winning it at this stage. We do have, if we go back to the fixture, if I can find it, we've got a Swiss Cup semi-final against Lugano. I'll play that off camera. Next episode, then, what we're going to do is the Swiss Cup final if we get there, but also probably just like the last 2 games of a season to see if we can get an unbeaten season, providing that we don't lose. And if we lose games in between episodes, that'd be terrible. I mean, but the way we've played this season, I don't think we will be losing games in between episode, but it'd be a horrible way to lose that unbeaten record by losing it like against like St. Gallen or something like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for next episode out tomorrow on Friday. So yeah, I guess that's pretty exciting. That'll be the last episode of this season. This weekend, this long weekend, I am away in Wales over Valentine's with my girlfriend, which is very nice. There'll be some videos out, but not Foot Manager ones, just because I won't have time and things like that. But some GeoGuessr ones out for you, which I think will be quite good fun. So look forward to those ones over the weekend, but also look forward to tomorrow's episode to hopefully see us get an unbeaten season, which would be absolutely incredible. So thank you very much for watching today's video. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time for some more Hot to the Top. Have a good one. Goodbye.